Hello, today I'm going to go through my top 5 books that I use for improvisation, composition and anything musical where I need to improve myself. So I'll go through the top 5 books that I use. At number 5 is 20th Century Harmony by Vincent Persichetti. This is a really good book for negative harmony, modes, 20th century classical stuff, chromaticism and 12 tone, but really good for also in terms of improvisation. Like here you can see we've got extended scales in there, and you can also see up here where you join two modes together, so you have these kind of extended modes. There's lots of stuff like that in here. It's very, very useful for improvisation. It really changes your mentality and you get away from the guitar thinking. It makes you think much more as a musician, a composer, and the conception of guitar starts to go out of the window because you start to come up with new ideas. So there's lots of that sort of thing. Modes, if you're unsure about your modes and things like this, it's very, very useful. It's quite an advanced book. It's not for everybody. Here we go. Negative harmony. Oops. And loads about chords and 11ths and 13ths and 7ths and all sorts of stuff, but not in a kind of crass, idiotic way, but in a very interesting way. In a way that it's enlightening for your mind to come up with new ideas. So this is a very, very good book, especially if you're a composer. If you're a composer, this is a very good book. I paid about £30 for this, so it's best to take it out of a library. It's not expensive, but for some people they might find this either too advanced or not interesting, in which case best to take it out of a library. But I use this book a lot. It's a very, very good book and I always find something new in it. Coming in at number 4 is this book, which is the Transcriptions of John Mclaughlin's Improvisations for his Poets and Thieves album, which is basically 4 standards. This is a really, really good book if you want to learn John Mclaughlin's guitar style. Let me just find a page where I've done a bit of notation. Here we go, look. This one here. If you look at that page, that you can see how I've divided this up into tetrachords. If you sight read it, it will come out, you'll be all over the place, a bit difficult to play. But if you actually break into tetrachords, it becomes very playable. So this book is a very good book because when you get the fingering, what it will do is you unlock John Mclaughlin's style, and you'll understand how he can play these long phrases really, really well and easily as well. So it's a very good book for learning that kind of style, and also to play through the standards. I think there's Stella by Starlight, The Dolphin, and a couple of others, but it's a really, really good book. I use this one quite a lot. At number 3, I use this book. It's called Exploring Jazz Piano. It's book 2, well, volume 2, by Tim Richards. I have to admit, I use this book all the time. This book, every time I look through it, I find something new. So there's lots of stuff like lots and lots of stuff in here, just everything like quartal harmony, modes, scales, arpeggios. But it's not in that kind of, it's not written in a guitar kind of silly manner. It's actually written as a musician would think. So it's a very, very good book. Learn lots and lots from this one. This is just such an amazing book. Because every time you open the page, there's something about the layout and the way it's laid out. It just makes you want to practice. Basically, it really does inspire me to practice. There's a great bit in here with so I can find the page. Here we go. There's a great bit in here with, like, for instance, they take blue and green, and then it's you can see how they set it up for the scales, what to play, and all this sort of thing. And then you turn the next page, and again you get another diagram of what's available. Oops. So you get all these ideas, and again it opens your mind to what's possible. Whereas guitar things, it's always the same stuff. With this, it's very inspirational. You come up with new ideas. Very original, brilliant book. Perhaps this should be at number 1 really. But I mean, I live in this book. I always find something new in it. Okay, at number 2, I have Jazz Composition, Theory and Practice by the Berkeley Press. This is a really good book because it covers everything in jazz. If you're a composer, this is like an essential book. But there's lots of good stuff with fusion on here, and lots of interesting stuff. For instance, when you in terms of chords and things like this, you can see that where you're sketching out the chords. Whoops, on this side. You can see where you're sketching out the chords here, and then of course decorating the chords into composition. This is really, really useful, and it also has lots of ideas. Like, for instance, when you start putting in the riffs, so you start getting these jazz riffs, these kind of chromatically riffs, these lines, and using the double timing or the half time style. So there's lots and lots you can learn in here. It also has traditional jazz and all this stuff about rhythms and how to set everything up. It's a really, really good book. I use this all of the time. It's very, very useful. Lots in here about writing jazz blues and that type of thing. So that's my second book, at number 2. Okay, big drum roll. Here's book number 1. Ta-da! It's A Chromatic Approach to Jazz, Harmony and Melody. It's by Dave Liebman, very famous jazz musician, educator as well. This book has got to be the best book on improvisation that I've ever read. I mean, it's my cup of tea, this book. I love it. It's like buying an album when I was a boy. I'd buy a record and I'd live in it. But in this case, it's like this book. I just open it and it's just full of brilliant ideas, you know. It gets away from all the cliches and all of the useless stuff that you have to avoid, you know. It's got all the best stuff. Now, this book, for many people, they say it's too complicated, or it's, you know, but for me, it's not. For me, this is common sense. I mean, this is, you know, he's taking ideas here and just reharmonizing them brilliantly. So if instead of having a 2-5-1, you know, there's going to be like a much more highly complex chromatic line. If you're serious about improvisation, this is an amazing book to get. And if you're quite a good improviser, this will really help you. But for some people, like I say, they say it's too complicated. But I don't think it is. I think it's actually quite simple. Because it takes something and makes it easily understandable. And you can play it quite easily as well. So this is my favourite book. This is my number 1 book. If I was stuck on a desert island, I'd be taking this book. Okay, in closing, why have I made this video? The reason being is that when you have one of these books, not saying my books, you'll probably have your own books, but when you take a book that's inspirational and you open it up, you suddenly find new ideas and you improve as a musician, and your level goes up and up and up and up like that because you think of new ideas. The problem with guitar is that people just copy the same thing over and over and over, and there's no progress. But when you go into a book and you find something, you see even if it's just an improvised line or something, and you see how something's reharmonized, it opens your mind up to new ideas, and your level goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up like that, and you improve very quickly. And also, when you open a book up, it keeps your concentration focused in it. It's very difficult with a computer, because when you look at a computer, it's very easy to get distracted. But a book, you can go in a quiet corner somewhere and just really focus on it and improve. Your improvement will rise very, very quickly. Anyway, I hope this video has been of some use to you and some interest. If it has, please smash the subscribe button, please click the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. And thank you for watching.